Hello! Right, we're going to do some gameplay and I'm going to do commentary over the top of it. And I really just want to stress that I'm enjoying the hell out of Cyberpunk the last few weeks. And I've had it since day one, and I've done the most recent patch. What was it, 1.5 or something? Oh, what's going on here? I didn't do that to that lady. She's lying on the bottom of the steps here. I discovered her and I thought, hang on a minute, I'm going to go up these stairs and see if I can find the buggers who did this to this poor innocent lady. Sure enough, there's another body. And I reckon these are the guys that did it. Tiger Claw, the gang, thugs. They will be dealt with swiftly. I am justice. I am vengeance. Let's just take his money first. And chop off this person's head. Hey, there it goes. Over the balcony. Some poor person driving by gets that on their bonnet. Throw a grenade. Easy dispatch. Although the person on the bench there completely unscathed. Deal with that person there. But really, I'm just wanted to show you guys some gameplay and some scenery. I love the look of this game. I get lost just exploring. Look at that. That's pure Blade Runner meets, I don't know, futuristic Gotham meets bit of Batman Begins, Narrows in places as well. I just love it. Those kind of the flames there coming out, that reminds me of Blade Runner. And obviously you can see the cars flying around in the sky. I do wish you could fly cars in the game. I also really wish that it was third person and first person. I think originally, look at that, it's gorgeous. I think originally it was going to be a third person game if I remember correctly, and then they changed their mind. They said it would be more immersive to keep it first person. The only time you can ever see your character is when you're on a motorcycle or if you look in the mirror. But I do hope further down the line, it's a big long shot again, gorgeous scenery, just love looking around. But I would really like an update that would, you know, give you the option of playing in third person so you can see the character, because you can really, you collect so many cool items of clothing, everything, boots, pants, shirts, jackets, helmets, hats, glasses, masks, everything. And I love this bike as well. I found a bike just like this, but it was black. I think you'll see some pictures of it at the end of this video, but I could never find it again. And you can't keep the bikes that you find out in the wild. Maybe they'll do something with that in the future as well. But this is my favorite bike in the game. I'm not the best driver, especially when it comes to the cars in the game. I tried adjusting the steering wheel sensitivity, but I still tend to drive into things a lot, which you'll probably see. But again, look at this. Look at this beautiful world. How densely detailed and just, oh, this is like little China I think I'm in right now. And I just keep stopping and looking around because it's just such a, everywhere you look, it's just so amazing. Imagine, I just keep thinking of Batman for some reason. But imagine a game this big and this densely, just detail everywhere. I mean, look over there to the right. Just had to get off my bike and go for a little adventure. But something like this in a Batman game, just free roaming around the rooftops, looking down on the streets would be amazing. Yeah, I found some more Tiger Claw members here. They need to go. This gun, I found this one. It's an absolute beast. I used to have trouble with some of the enemies sometimes, but not with this weapon. Just completely destroy everyone in my path. And in the beginning, all enemies were quite bullet spongy. You know, they used to frustrate me a little bit, but now that I've leveled up some, the enemies go down a bit more realistically, a bit quicker. This gun helps, obviously. But again, just such a beautiful, colourful, vibrant world to live in. Do like escaping into my video games sometimes and just switching off for an hour before I go to bed and exploring a world that I could never actually go to in real life because it doesn't exist. But in this game it does, and everywhere you look it's stunning. So if you're one of the people out there who wrote this game off, I urge you to go back and try it again now. They've really patched things up. You still get some silly things happening, which I've included in this video. There's one guy who just wouldn't die. But again, look at that. So much detail, so many colours, just beautiful lighting. And I'm playing on a PS4 Pro, by the way, so I can only imagine how good this must look on like a high-end PC or a PS5 or, you know, the new Xbox. Again, something happening over here. You got a cop talking to two gang members, I think, and I found this a bit suspect. Well, this cop must be dirty, so I'm going to deal with him. So I removed his head from his body and then dispatched the other two in good time. Arms and legs flying everywhere. Dealt with. Now this is the first car I actually bought. Reminded me a little bit of the General Lee. Look at the suspension. Very good suspension on the car. I can't drive it for shit, but it's a really nice one. I've collected quite a few now. I've got Johnny Silverhand's car, the Porsche. Can't drive that at all. The handling is terrible on that one for me personally. Now I spotted these guys over here to my left. And just as I was about to attack them, I got a phone call from this guy.
Oh, got a gig for you. Corpos like to call it human asset liquidation. It means someone's got to go bye-bye. Fee's attractive, but not without good reason.
He bigged him up and saying the guy that I'm about to take out is really tough and it's going to be difficult. It was a piece of piss. So I'll come back for these guys later. This is the guy that I have to go take out. He looks quite intimidating, but took him out in about 3 shots when I eventually found him inside the building to the left here. So I have to cross over the street, and there's one dude guarding this door, and he looked pretty tasty. I thought to myself, he's going to give me a bit of bother, but you just watch and see how I deal with the problem. Sneak up on him slowly like. Ooh, he's a big lad. He's burly. He's got a tattoo on his chest and something on his nose. Now, shh, I ain't paying to get in. That's right, get out of my way. Take out my blade. What's he got on his arms?
I know it. So step the fuck aside.
Yes. Oh, arms off, head off, leg off, dismembered. Oh, bloody hell. He scared me then, and he scared me when he first actually came out when I was playing this. He just came out of nowhere. Luckily, I've got Agatha with me. That's what I'm calling my gun. And Agatha made short work of all of them, really. Those nice bikes parked outside, you can have them, just take them. You can't keep them, but you can ride around and to your heart's content, but don't go too far because you will lose them. They'll just despawn or whatever. This guy's putting up a bit of a fight. So yeah, I have to rescue someone's wife in this building. So it took me a little while to find her, so I skipped past a fair bit of it. But it's all about having the right tools for the job. Whatever playstyle. Here he is. This is the guy, big tough guy. Oh, there he is. He's dead. Okay. My aim was non-existent there. I was just firing everywhere. Okay, now see that guy I just looked at beside the car? That's the guy that won't die, I think. But again, I get distracted here and I start looking around the beautiful scenery, look at the cars flying around, then I look up here to this big kind of blimp thing with the advertisements on it, the searchlights. Beautiful. Love this, man. So I felt really bad for the guys who made this game, because when this game was first released, and obviously it came out in a really bad state, it was pretty unforgivable. But when they released that apology video, which I've never really seen a game company do before, I just felt for them, man, because obviously they didn't want to release this game in that state, but for whatever reason they did, and I know that's, you know, unacceptable, but I could see the potential in it, even from day one, with all the ridiculous bugs. I still played it a fair bit. I mean, I completed the whole story before any of these major patches came along, and I just knew that hopefully, you know, once enough is corrected, you'd have a really good game on your hands, and you do. Now this was amusing. I take out this guy with the sword, but then someone gets out of the car and they want a fist fight, so I decided to honour that and put my sword away after a bit here. Take out the guy with the thingy on his head, and this guy clearly wanted a fist fight, so I was like, okay, I can't remember how to actually get my fists out, so I pressed the wrong button. It's been a while. Look how cool I look. See, that's why I want third person. So put your sword away, get your fists out, and let's go. Let's do this. I can take this guy, surely. Push him back a little bit. Bit of pushing and shoving. Pushing and shoving. And then I slowly start to realise that I think I'm out of my depth a little bit here. So probably best I just take out Agatha. Ed 209, that guy. Just took him apart. Where's his head gone? Where's his arm? I couldn't tell you. The bullets do the work. Oh, look at this. See? Poor bugger hiding behind the bins. Not a hope in hell. Yes. So here's the guy over here that just won't die. And I tried everything I could think of. Look at him, he's holding an invisible gun. His butt's stuck to the car. He can't. Look, get me off the car. My butt's stuck to the car. That's the... Oh, yeah. That's the guy who got out with the guy with the fists. Anyway, try a grenade. No. Ed 209 him again. You have 13 seconds to comply. Oh, car's going to go up. Who's this geezer? He's off. Very strange run there, a bit glitchy, but he's safe. Is he dead? Nope. So, yeah, a few headshots. Still, just no response. Oh, he is responding to the bullets. I mean, you can see that, but he just wouldn't die. So anyway, take my sword to him. One last try. Maybe I'll get lucky. Nope. I never noticed there seemed to be some kind of... Maybe it's him or the sword that's doing that kind of the electricity effect, maybe. Got quite a few katana swords now. It's my weapon of choice, folks. That's what I like to use the most, is a katana sword. Again, more just riding around on this bike that also reminds me a little bit of the Batpod. I don't know why, just the way it handles, the way it sounds, the engine, the way it kind of just keeps increasing in volume. The way the Batpod did, you know, just that kind of never sort of hear the gears switch. It's just constant like... That's my impression of a Batpod. Sounds nothing like it. Anyway, first person, get a great sense of speed. I do wish this bike was just all black. More beautiful scenery, bit of bobbing and weaving between the traffic. Moving my head around while I'm driving. Can't keep the camera still when I'm driving. I'm always looking around. That's why I keep crashing all the time. But I figured it would make for a more interesting looking video for you guys. But yeah, to the folks out there who made this game, all of them, you know, I feel bad for them. Everything that was said about this game when it first came out, and obviously it was all justified because it was in a right state, but it's a beautiful looking game, man, and I'm really enjoying playing it. I've long since completed the story mode, and I'm still going around doing all the side jobs and all the little missions and random things you find. There's so much out there, and I just had to stop. Look at down there, just that street, it just calls me. So, little donut, and off we go. Let's see what's down here. Just awesome atmosphere. Had to turn off the radio because of copyrighted music and stuff, but there's some great tracks on here. There's one song in particular that everyone loves, and I think the song is called Night City, and you can find that on YouTube. It's a great track. Not usually the kind of music I would like personally, but I really do like that one. And there's some great tracks on here. I think the guy from Refused, the band, is on a few of these tracks as well. I recognise his voice. Any Refused fans out there? If you want to check out an album, I think it's called The Shape of Punk to Come. YouTube that. Great stuff. But just the wet streets, the beautiful lighting, again playing on a PS4 Pro. Whoa, that's how you die. I can only imagine how good this would look on next gen, and I'd probably get this again once I do get a PS5 or the new Xbox, whichever one I decide to get. I was thinking I'll get a PS5 because of Spider-Man in the future. I need to... Oh, her head came right off. This area, I filmed it because it reminded... Oh, here's the essays. Yay! Arms flying about everywhere. But this little dead end reminded me of San Andreas GTA, where CJ lived. It's kind of similar to that. This is kind of like the really rough area. But now here... Oh... I'm trying to remember now. No, I think earlier when I said that I was going to rescue someone's wife, this is actually the mission where I saved someone's wife, not the one before. Yeah, the other one before was the Assassination. Sorry, I'm getting confused. This is the one where I go in and rescue someone's wife who's being held hostage. So the gate is pretty secure. There's a guy guarding it. We've got a hole in the wall here. Might as well try that. Get the sword out and go to work. I think the graphics are great. I think there's so much value for money as far as content goes, and we haven't even started getting the DLC yet. You know, more vehicles are coming, I'm sure. Some really cool cars and bikes, I hope. Fingers crossed one day for a third person option. I doubt it, but it would be, you know, just be something I would really love. And I've seen a video on YouTube where some dude managed to get a pet cat in his apartment. So I'm after that cat. I don't want to spoil it for myself. I just want to try and find it myself. But yeah, some really cool vehicles. They all handle differently, and all the weapons are a lot of fun. It's really takes a while to find something that suits your playstyle. But once you do find, you know, a bunch of weapons that you feel comfortable using and how, you know, are very effective against enemies, the game really opens up and just becomes a lot more fun, because it was really beating my ass in the beginning. And I actually got quite good at hacking as well, which I never thought I would do. But I thought one night I was just sitting playing the game and I thought, right, I'm going to watch one YouTube video and just find out how you do this hacking computer stuff and the vending machines so you can get more money and all that, and get into certain rooms that you can't get into unless you can hack the door. But it's not actually that difficult, and I'm actually quite good at hacking now, so that's good. That's fun. So I'm running around this big warehouse place. Better get the sword out. Trying to find this guy's wife. Oh, head gone. Oh, absolutely. Oh, Jesus. Arms and legs everywhere. Absolute mess. And you got some poor bugger down here running around next to a bunch of big flammable explosive containers. Whee. Okay, I think she might be dead. Alright, so here is the hostage. And you always get multiple dialogue options. It's great. And it reminds me a lot of Skyrim and Fallout, as you can collect all kinds of things off dead bodies and start to craft things and all that. There's a bit of photo mode, which is really good in this game. You see some of my favourite pictures I've taken at the end of this video. I love this outfit. Here's some more gang members. The 6th Street gang, these two. They're not causing too much trouble, but, you know, probably best remove them from the equation. They don't look too threatening. They're quite snazzily dressed. But they have to be dispatched. Oh God, heads and arms. Look at his head fall to the ground. Oh, carnage. Absolute carnage. But you never know what you're going to find on a corpse. You know, there's always something. If it's not clothing, it'll be weapons or other goodies. Oh, now here's a bit of a rave going on. I can't have that. This is a, you know, a residential area. There's some houses around here, and I think to myself, right. And yeah, well, there's civilians mixed in with gang members here, so I'm not going to throw a grenade, as tempting as it is. And here's my car. I called that about 5 minutes ago, and here it comes, and it just passes right by me, and I just look in disbelief. I was like, all right, well, see you later, car. It just goes away. Brilliant. Stuff like that just makes me laugh, though. That doesn't bother me too much. They're still working out some of the bugs, but they've really done a good job on fixing up things with the latest big patch 1.5 or whatever it was called. So probably best go in precision here with the katana and check out this. Goodbye. Yes, sir. Alright, arms and legs flying around everywhere again. Oh, there's that guy that wouldn't die before. He's definitely dead now. People are reacting nicely, running away scared. You can hear all their footsteps on the pavement as they run. He's having a rest and getting shot. Fair play. This guy, he just gets absolutely munted. Cruising. A guy with a big ass backpack. Now this alleyway was calling to me, so I had to go down here, and sure enough, There's some lollygaggers, some roustabouts, scallywags that all need to be dealt with because they're up to no good. What are you doing lurking about in an alleyway? A very beautiful, grimy, nice alleyway. I like my dark, grimy alleyways, and they certainly have done... Ooh, she gets it bad. They've done a great job of making it very grimy looking in places. And I don't know if I'll ever see all of this huge world, because there's just so many nooks and crannies and side roads and levels, you know. There's like underground sort of bits, and then there'll be oh god, that's what a grenade does to people in the game, Jesus. But there's so much of it. So look at the ground as well, with the wet kind of surface. Really, really good stuff. So let me just see. We still got a little ways to go here, about 6 minutes. Beautiful lighting. Oh, and I did turn off the HDR mode. It looks beautiful when it's on, but I noticed when I'm taking footage, it comes out very, very dark, so I had to turn off the HDR effect. But it looks absolutely even more stunning but when that is turned on. Like, just the glow from the lights again, more Blade Runner kind of vibes here. Absolutely stunning. I couldn't show you what I do to these two because it was way too violent for YouTube, so unfortunately we won't get to see that. Here's my car. It's actually decided to stop for me this time. Let's just give it the once over. Beautiful ride. General Lee vibes. Get in and cruise and just soak it up. I want to get a cool playlist of like dark synth wave, I think they call it, that kind of, it's very popular these days, but that kind of soundtrack playing while you're just cruising around would be great for this. Or maybe certain movie soundtracks would be good. But the music in the game is fantastic, there's no reason not to listen to that. But when I get into something like this, I do like to create a bit of a playlist. I'm debating whether or not to sign up to Spotify. $9.99 a month might be worth doing. But again, beautiful, beautiful environments. Everywhere you go, it just takes your breath away. For me personally, it does. I love this look. This is the kind of world I always got a little bit. As great as the Fallout games are, and believe me, I know they're fantastic, I could never really stick with them for very long because I get a bit bored of that post-apocalyptic, just dirt and rubble everywhere. This is more my kind of thing, just that kind of Blade Runner, Batman Begins, futuristic kind of, you know, what maybe New York would look like in many, many years' time, I don't know, but I just love the atmosphere. These turned out to be a bunch of security guards and cops and stuff, so I thought I'd better not mess with them. I'm sure they've got their reasons for being there, so I'll just crack on my beautiful motorcycle, wearing a replica of Johnny Silverhand's jacket. But please, Cyberpunk people, can you give us a motorcycle just like that one, but black? And this lady was quite intriguing to me because she was very interested in this car, like it was something special, but you can see it's not, and there's no one in it. So I don't know what they were so interested in with this crappy old beat up car on the, you know, it's very random, but found it amusing. So that's pretty much the end of the footage, and now we'll just go to some of the pictures I've taken. They're nothing too special, but they're pretty cool. She's a cool character. There's that bike again, absolutely awesome. But drop a like on this video, guys. There's the bike that I had and I lost. That's the one I want. It's beautiful. Had it for one night. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, folks. Definitely check out this game. They've done a really good job updating it. I'm loving it and I highly recommend it. And just, that's a badass look right there. That's how I was dressed for quite a while playing it. And that's a bug, but it looked like I was using telekinesis to move the car. Alright guys, check it out, Cyberpunk 2077. I'm really enjoying it, and definitely deserves a second chance. Off with your head. There's a nice moody shot there, that car is badass. There's Mr. John Wick himself, Keanu Reeves. Alright guys, see you soon, take it easy, bye bye.